Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you. A little midday money on a Money Monday, the 28th of November. Welcome on into the show. Welcome on in. I threw a bunch of access over to all the Facebook pages. Winner free picks, max wagers, bookie blasters, the whole 9 yards. I put picks and parlays because basically I wanted to throw my 7-day steal in chat because another nice day yesterday in NFL. Just two losers on the day, Seattle and that Titans could not get it done. But winners everywhere else. Nice day there. So there, you can't go wrong with the 7-day steal. Click on that and you'll be like, wow, what a great deal from a guy who's on fire. Anyway, like, subscribe, ring the bell here. 7 days a week. And again, it's on. I got on Picks Parlay today because I think I had like 300 some views on P&P yesterday. And why shouldn't I? We give out free picks and they win. NFL went 3-1 in the video with our free picks. I think we went 2-0, 2-0 and 1. 2-0 and 1 with our college hoops. Maybe you got to win with Alabama. Maybe the line came down. Maybe I got to push it 2 when I wrote it down here in the chat. But so Picks and Parlays, you're back on my good side here with the winner free picks. Although it's the same stuff anyway. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. The free picks are posted on the Twitter universe. You can give me a follow. 7 people away from 2,900. Almost back to my original at Sean Higgs. My original Twitter account. Almost at that. I was about 29 something. So I'm slowly but surely. It's taken me a couple years to get back to that. But here we go. Anyway, let's start talking some football. So I mentioned the Colts yesterday. I didn't have it in the chat. It's still up here, 2.5. I know it's come down a bit. I did not bet this game. I'm not going to bet this game. I put it on. I wrote a little message on a premium side of things. I've had a bunch of sales lately on the sites with people joining, and I feel sometimes that when they see whether me or Tim or Robert, who's ever on the leaderboard, Tony K, I throw everybody's names out here. Jesse Shuley is hot. You think like, okay, every day you're going to get like 15 plays from me, right? Because listen, I go 8-2 in NFL, 6-3 or 5-3, whatever we do in college basketball for a day, or some days we're 9-6, a lot of games. Other days, it doesn't mean I'm going to bet a game. So I put that in thing like, okay, the Colts are playing the Steelers tonight. I kind of like the Colts. Do I want to bet them? No. I don't have to bet them. I mean, we're 66% on the year. I'm not getting. You don't hit 66% of games by just betting a game because it's the Monday Night Football game. I got the Colts in the video. We'll see how it works. Now, games we put in the video, sometimes they're premium, sometimes they're not. This is all for the newer people watching. 33-30 in the video. We're up $40 thinking that's terrible. I'm like, oh, I could do that. You probably could. 33-30. Not great. But, 90-50 plus 35-92, that's pretty damn good. But again, I don't get that by just putting a pick out because I'm looking to sell something, or this is a game I sort of like. I'm not betting it. People are going to ask about it. It's in the video. College Hoop, same thing today. I got 2 games I bet. These games I thought about betting. Troy, Seattle, and Cal Poly. Couple dogs here. Again, I got a few games on the site. You want to go? Go buy. There's the weekly pass. It'll cost you $39. You get 3 college basketball, and I got a couple hockey today. A couple hockey totals. And there's one of them. Devil's over. NBA, nothing tonight. I looked at the NBA, and believe it or not, I was thinking, you know how I think. Let's fade the Lakers here and take the Pacers. But honestly, the play that almost made my card today, almost put it in chat. Because, again, I just don't put something in the chat to put it in the chat. and say, "Hey, we got a free pick today," because that's not right. It's got to be something I want to bet on, or coming close to bet on, or coming close to betting on. And that would be the Bulls today. So uh, again, NBA to me is it's my least favorite. It's maybe my least profitable. I'm not gonna lie, I can't be awesome in everything. I've never had a season where every sport you're hitting 60%. Um, I'm choosy with my NBA. 9-6 would have NBA picks this year. All right. On the flip side, of that college basketball, 119 and 88. But the Bulls were right there. The Bulls almost, y- you know, I probably should have put the Bulls in the chat. That's how I really I do like them. I do like them today. So again, 10-8 NBA, hockey 6-7, college football 47-30. Again, championship week. I, we talked about a couple of these games earlier. We loaded up a few, but that's that. I don't know. It's I kind of like a easy Monday like this. Whereas as much as I love college hoops during Thanksgiving, it's like a feast week, right? I mean, there's just tournament after tournament after tournament, 11 a.m. games, 1 a.m. games. It's nonstop. I do feel sometimes, and I told Tim before the show, I'm like, I feel like I haven't really pulled the trigger a lot on college hoops, and I'm not complaining. It was a great November. I'm complaining about, hitting 57% at 200 games. But sometimes it does, even for a pro guy. It's overwhelming. It's a lot to keep up with. And when we talk about some games where I'm like, folks, what are we looking at? 30-point fades, or an added game that's a pick 'em. There's work to be done. You got a lot of these tournaments now. They're round robin, kind of back to back to back kind of games. Um, you got tired legs. You got a lot of. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of these tournaments, if you just followed XYZ tournaments and blindly bet on unders in a bunch of these games, I'm sure you probably hit about 80%. You know, again, you could a lot of different ways in November college hoops, but that's that. I mean, I was just wanting to say, like, some days a lot of games, some days not so many. Other times you have to be able to break down and kind of isolate these huge college slates. I mean, and January comes around, conference play. Yeesh, big days of action. Michael's in the house. Good morning. UC Davis got the -2 and the lines up to 5. Um, I You got them at a 2, huh? Wow. The first number I saw for them last night was a 4.5. So 2, that's a good number. I just For me, Davis, and I've had Davis. I think a few times. I know I just had him the other day. I'm a little hesitant on him now. Listen, the Terriers, Boston. uh, I just I don't. I want to say at 5. I want to lean a little Boston. Uh, and again, this is more because Davis got me the other night versus Milwaukee. I've had him against Marymount at 5. Probably a Boston play. 2's again. This is like when we do our NFL look at lines. You get one number. Dallas at 7, Dallas at 10. Take it 2. You're on both sides of that game. I Speaking of being games like that. So again, here this one be a Boston Terrier for me. So Troy on one site, I think Troy was a 4.5 on winning free picks. That was an opener for 4.5. And one of the offshore spots had a 7.5. Obviously, the quarterback's out for um, Coastal Day or whatever. And now I see like tens in that game. Crazy, 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 crazy. Don, great to say 60-5. Alabama never in doubt. Yeah, well, if you got the 1.5, never in doubt, Alabama. Quadruple overtime. Never in doubt. Next year, I got to start working on shirts. Never in doubt. You know, listen. This game is awful. Really, I just don't know why we're going to run to bet Pitt and the Colts. The Steelers, I, listen, if this line was 4, I'd say, sure, I'll take the Steelers. I see some 2s now. I see this line coming down, Anthony. How are you running to back Kenny Pickett? The guy is going to throw 1.5 interceptions tonight, at least. And I know, listen, you got one guy, Matt Ryan's sailing off into the sunset, right? He's on the back nine. He's trying to just pick up his clubs. And here comes Kenny Pickett's gung ho racing around in his golf cart, right? You got. I just feel not the Colts to me. I thought beginning of the year, I said Colts and Chargers were kind of my dark horses, right? I said everybody's going to bet the Bills and Kansas City to win the AFC. I said, you know what, Colts? I like that. I like the head coach. I thought he was all right. They canned him. Uh, Thought you're going to have a healthy running back. You didn't. The offensive line was a mess, and you have a 40-year-old statue quarterback back there. You see what happens, and the defense was banged up. But when this team kind of gelled, we saw them beat the Chiefs. Right? We saw them battle Tennessee. Like but to run and bet this game, I don't want to run and bet this game. No, thank you. No, thank you. Brandon, I am good. How are you today? Thanks for coming in, my friend. I was writing how much I like Seattle tonight, and then I see it in there in the chat. Yeah, I got Seattle. I could do a little Seattle. And again, this is more of a not an in-state rivalry. It's big brother, little brother, and 5 looks a little much to me. I think Washington's going to start up conference play next. I believe, if I remember their schedule, that's kind of why I threw Seattle in here. I'm like, oh, you know what? Let's take the little dog here, small brother dog, the little brother. Where's the Seattle? Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Conference play. And I'm old enough to remember when conference play didn't start in December. Like, you'd still have a bunch of tournaments and just non-conference games going on. Here we go. We got a trip to Oregon State coming up December 1st here. Like, hello. Hi, let's go. Thursday. We got conference play in the Pac-12. Sam Houston, Nevada, Michael. I can't add that one here. It's the only game I sold on the site today. Is this game? But if you want to shoot me a message on Twitter, I'll tell you my thoughts on that one. But I just it's the only one. Usually, if I have a 3-pack, I'll throw it out here. But it's the only game I put up on the site. Troy under and the points. Troy and Arkansas. So I like Troy. The line's come down. It was a 19er, and I saw a 17 this morning. So again, this line might be a little different now. It is what it is. It is. And you want to go under? I could do under, right? Kind of a flat spot. Arkansas back from Hawaii. You got Troy. Who's Troy? Could be ugly. San Antonio and Incarnate Wood. The Battle of San Antonio. When I was out going to, we went out to the Alamo. I've been to the Alamo a couple times. I like it. The river walk over there. And we passed Incarnate Wood. The college is right there on one of the highways. But this one here, anyway, that's my little trip. I saw last night this line. I saw a 7, an 8, and an 8.5. So I'm not. I don't really get that. I mean, is it a flat eights? Is there a flat eights on this game now? Is that what that is? Because I got this right around a touchdown, 8 points anyway. So, I and San Antonio, they've lost. This is their tournament, and they've lost, I think, every game in the tournament. And you're off a OT game yesterday, right? We talked about back-to-back spots. So you lost OT yesterday, and then you're playing today. Wood with again, they beat Dartmouth by 5. San Antonio here lose by 1 in OT. They beat Grambling. I think they had like 3 turnovers in the last like 15 seconds, 30 seconds of the game to steal that game. And in San Antonio lost by 30, 20, 75-55 they lost to these guys. You think they maybe rally here? I have to take Wood here. How are you laying 8 points? How can you lay 8 points here? It makes 0 sense to me. And it's, again, like saying, well, head-to-head kind of games, it doesn't make a difference. When you're 6 games into the season, you're playing a tournament, and the teams are all playing each other, I think it does kind of matter a little bit. And Wood, I don't, Word, I call him Incarnate Wood. Incarnate Wood isn't a great team by any stretch. Probably one of the worst teams in the land. But I'll take 8 points. Sure. Sign me up 8 points here on the Cardinals here. There's NBA tonight. Rockington, Denver Nuggets. So I do not like the Rockets and the Nugget game here. Would I lean Denver? Listen, are they the better team? Yes. Do I want to lay double digits? No. Should they win? The line has gone up. It was a 10.5. It's 11 right now. First game of a road trip for Houston, and then you have the first game back after holidays for Denver. So, yeah, I lean a little Denver. Do I want to bet it? No. I said earlier, Brandon, I don't know if you're watching, the Bulls were almost a play for me here. Bulls were almost a play. That's my NBA. That's it. Conference championship plays. Utah. So, no revenge for USC. The Utes. Now, I'm just looking at this. Are you just throwing haymakers out here, Nick? Because you got that Alabama future ticket. Is that what this is about? You think Alabama is going to make the playoffs? Is that, the Ohio Bobcats? Let me get my
the Ohio Bobcats. Let's get it.
The Ohio Bobcats. So they're at plus Ohio money line. They were a 3.5 opener. I wrote the opening lines down on, I guess, Saturday night, Sunday morning. What came up on the sites. So you want to go the Ohio over Toledo. All right. Boise. This game's come down a little bit because I saw like 4.5, 5s. I should have grabbed Fresno because their quarterback is back, and they've played a little better with him. And Boise, I had Boise the other day. What a miracle cover there! Are you kidding me? 90-yard. What do they have? Like a 70-yard touchdown run and a pick for 7. Never in doubt, covering 14 points. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! LSU plus 17. That was a I think a 14 or a 15 opener on that one. And that was, I graded that one early, but you saw LSU get exposed there. What if they couldn't stop that running game on A&M that has no offense all year? What's Georgia going to do to these guys? And Clemson. I did have Carolina. I got Carolina early, and man, back-to-back losses.
Yeah, I disagree with the Clemson play. All the other ones I think are going up on the site. Nick always makes the point. What did Clemson just have last week? They're bubble buster. You really think they're going to come and play hard and cover a 7-point spread against Carolina?
And I've talked about their quarterback all season. That guy,
DJ Ukulele.
And the defense got a little bit exposed, and Carolina. I don't know what happened. They what's his name? Maine or Payne, whatever his name is. Max Payne, Harold Bane from Batman. I don't know. Whoever the quarterback is, he'd been rolling for the Heels. Longwood, San Diego. 143.5. Let's see. So you got 140. It was a 140 this morning. I saw 140. It was a 142 last night. It came and I saw 140.5. Is it back up to 143? Back up to 143 in that game? I'm going to say if it's a 143, I might kind of like the under a little bit there. Jason, thank you for commenting. I don't remember seeing you in here before, but thanks. I appreciate it. Bills 3-6 away. I like the Jazz. I understand, Rob, but why is that line coming down?
How about Jazz 1-5 against the spread as a favorite?
It's basically a pick 'em, though. I mean, the line was
they're still a slight favorite.
I know.
When they're 12-4 as a dog and 1-5 as a favorite, I'd rather take them as a dog.
Yeah, but we talked about that the other night. They're again a bundle. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, again, more reason to like the Bulls. Bad on the road. Weird line at 1 coming down. Dave, how are you today? I like the Hawks, and I'm looking at over Colts Steelers game. So Atlanta versus the Sixers. Sure, I like it. Everybody's going to be on the Sixers here at home, getting a couple points. So over, you're kind of going against everything, right? You think we're going to see some offense tonight. I kind of like what is the prop on a defensive touchdown, Dave? Right. I mean, if I might not be totally against that over here, right? Everybody's going to think it's going to be an under game because team's going to want to run the ball and defenses. I like the over 39.5. Are we going to be shocked at 23-20 here? Harris scores a touchdown. We get a couple tight end touchdowns. Defense turns the ball over a little bit, and you get some short fields. The key is getting 7 instead of 3. Can you get the 7 instead of 3? Because that's how this game's going to sail over and be like something like 13-13, 14-13 at the half, which, like I said, I didn't bet this game, and I think I said on the free pick video last night, winning free picks, I kind of said I think I might look into like an in-game kind of this. I do kind of like a little over action there. I'm kind of with you. Love didn't look too bad last night. I need to see more. Yeah, it's time. It's time for a little love. UC Davis under 140 and the Terriers. I can do that. Early start. I'll do that. I'll lean, dog in the under there, and I'm with you. Again, I have not seen Anth. I go to Walmart often. There has not been a Tops sighting in 2 months. Along with San Diego over. Again, it was a 140. It was 142 last night, and I looked on the site this morning. It was 140.5. How is this? I still like the under. I'm actually looking for it right now. See what this is at here. Where is this? San Diego Longwood. Here it is. It's a 143.5 here now. All right. I guess it got bet up. I don't know. I'm still going to say under. I'm still saying under. I'm a little annoyed at myself. And again, we're going to flip out and go different sports here. So the KC line last night was 3. And I'm like, man, I was torn thinking, do I take KC at 2.5 or do I take Cincy, who's beaten them, at 3? Now there is not a 3 to be found. I'm a little annoyed at myself for not taking that 3. Although at this point it might be just a money line play on the Bengals. Maybe a money line play on Cincy. I did grab a couple. We talked about them last night on Look at Lines, but anyway, that's some quick NFL talk there since I was just looking at those other lines. Elliot's in the house. Good morning. Michael, you're welcome. When are letting the beard grow? You want me to let the beard grow out? Should I let it grow out? I don't. Sometimes I feel like not shaving. Like I was like this morning, I gotta wash my face to get to school. I was like, I gotta get the old razor out because if I let it grow, you're gonna see like you can kind of see like the grays coming in. It'll be a spotty salt and pepper. It'll be a nice, well, actually be more salty than pepper, unless it's a light pepper. Pack and Poly Slow. I like Poly Slow. Sidewise, what is this at 141? I don't really have a thought on, or a strong lean, I should say, on either side with this one for a total. I mean, what do I got this at? I got this actually at a 143 for this game. But not a strong lean. I would lean more to Poly. That's what we got in the chat. Another shutout second half. We like Jimmy G. He's got Miami next week. Big game for Miami. I don't know.
Go Niners, beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, I gotta say for this week's NFL, I got the look ahead lines. I put them down here from last night's show, and it's come down because it was a 4. I don't know. I got 4 games for next week. I got 4 games. 5 games, I'm sorry. Tampa, Toronto on the ice today. Money lines. What do we got here? Toronto minus 150, Tampa minus 170. Well, they're big numbers. Those are big numbers to me, Elliot. You know that. So I'd have to say parlay time. Plus 500 is looking ripe to win the division. Yeah. I'm with you, Trevor. I was hoping they were running around to take Lance. I had no idea why. No idea why. You're a team, a game. You were a play away from the Super Bowl last year. You lost the Super Bowl the year before because your coach is garbage. And then, let's throw a rookie quarterback into the Super Bowl team. Terrible. Utah, USC over Pac-12. The way these guys have been playing, I'm going to say, yeah, probably another shootout like we saw. Yeah, another good weekend. You did pretty good yourself, too. You can't, what you go, 10-4, Eric? Can't beat it. Can't beat a 10-4 day. Tim, NBA.
Good morning. Yes, and I added a play while we're on the show because I'll start off. I don't think the Nets should ever be 10-point favorites, especially at home. So I grabbed the Magic. Once again, the Raptors are at home, so I got a -1 last night. They're up to a -3 now. I took the Chicago Bulls money line plus 106. I was thinking about it, and you kind of you talking about it. I'm like, you know what? I actually really like that one. And then I picked my 2 teams that have made me the most amount of money this year: the Kings and the Pacers. Those are my 5 plays today.
Yeah, you've been pretty hot in the NBA.
Yesterday was an 0-3, but it was a miss by half a point, But no, I've been doing pretty well. It's all right.
Kind of a bad day. We have bad days, folks. If you're not expecting them, go watch somebody's. There's probably somebody in the lab right now who's going to go undefeated. The Ohio Bobcats, best team in Ohio. Yes, the Ohio Bobcats. Utah State plus 17. Oh, my goodness. Again, but here what we talk about the lines, right? Like at 17, I'm not taking like Utah's locked. Boise's locked into the championship game. Are they going to win by 20? Probably not. You get at that point you're thinking backdoor. At 14, I'm thinking 30-10, and I'm going to get a kind of cover here. 34-14, something along those lines. 17, it just changes complex of the game. Same with the Cowboys game. At 7, Dallas over the Giants? Sure. At 10, I don't want to get involved at 10. I mean, should Dallas, that's anything, KC minus 11. Sure. KC minus 16. I'll do that one. Our friend pounded along with. Did he really? Interesting. That's probably why it moved from 140.5 up to 143. I guess that's where we got that from. How's that been going? And I told you when we were talking about him, he's our friend. I told Anthony this story. I was in AC and he called me up and he's like, "Hey, it was a college basketball game. It was LSU and somebody. The total was 137, 141. LSU themselves had like 55. It was like there was 120 points scored in like the first half of a total that was like a 141. It was ridiculous. It was like I want to say it was like 70-45 at the half or something. Total blowout. It's ridiculous. Back up for Tampa Bay versus Buffalo, and line drops 25 cents. Look at Tampa Bay Lightning. Is that what we got here? It did drop a little bit, but Buffalo for the cup. I thought here, guys. What are we doing? If you're doing
come on, Nick.
If you're doing Buffalo again, once I have to do puck lines on these things. They're just pass. Picking around both their picks, same game parlay. What is that? I mean, is it worth it? I think so. Iceman, what do you think about Oregon State comeback? I wrote down, and I threw out my papers from the weekend. I had Oregon State as a loss. They were up 10-0. I saw them down. I'm like, well, this is a loser. Then I see they're up like 38-34. I'm like, what is happening? Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Oregon State? Yeah, never in doubt.
Never in doubt. Promo codes for the site. What's the promo? Is it NFL or NBA? I'm sure it's probably one of those two.
NFL, I believe.
Kevin, if you use that promo code on my package that I put in the chat, I think it'll cost you like $31 or something for a week. Dartmouth versus Grambling. Now, we just talked about this because we're talking about San Antonio, right? And how they've been run out of their own building. You host a tournament and you get run out by, well, you didn't get run out by Dartmouth, but you lost in overtime. But Grambling took care of you by 20. Do I want to take Grambling here? What's this line here, Tate? Is it just one? Let's see. How have they played in this tournament? Not terribly. 50%. I mean, they're. Like I'm looking at their field goal percentages here. Just based on the arena, stuff like that, how they're adjusting. I mean, the line's at basically a pick 'em. Do you really want to run the bet this game? Niners all day over Miami. Markel's in the house. Pitt Northwestern under 129. This was a 127 last night. 127. So it's gone up a tick. I can't. I guess we'll stick to the under there. Pittsburgh for me. I faded them out of the gate. I didn't think they're going to be good this year. Let me look at how they've been lately. William Mary, FD. I mean, who'd they beaten? Alcorn. They played nobody. When they played good, I mean, VCU beat them, Michigan beat them, West Virginia beat them. They beat our T. Martin team. And then you have Northwestern coming in off of a absolute dogfight, bum fight, barroom backyard brawl, 43-42. I'm going to say, I'll say under here with you because I don't, against a good team. You know what? That might look a little low. Well, 70-60. No, I might have to say over this one because I think Northwestern probably get to about 70 and people get into the 60s. Like, I mean, I'm going to say over. I'm going to say over. That 130 mark is like that 40 in NFL. Like you're thinking like, ugh. You need one team to get to 70 and this game's going over. 10-5 lost Green Bay backdoor. Well, you can't say that because the Eagles lost. They missed an extra point themselves as well. Thank you, Tim. You're welcome. Sam Houston versus Nevada. Rob, this is the only game I got on the site as a pick, so I can't give that one out today. Tate's great. UC Davis is good. Take it easy, UC Davis. These guys hurt me a couple times here. I like UC Davis, but no, I don't want to lay 4.5, 5 with them. No thanks. Early start. Give me the Terriers. The dogs. Dogs early. Lock it in with the King is in the house. Welcome. Brio, how you been, fella? Good to see you. My Facebook buddy, always checking in. I need them to cover 2. Who's that? Yeah, UC Davis, right? You got UC Davis at 2? Yeah, 2-5. I like I like Boston at +5. Give me 5 here. At 2, sure, Davis. And man, how did you guys get 2? Because if I saw 2 last night, I probably would have took Davis at 2. I'm not gonna lie. I did not see any, and I these lines come up. I'm usually on the ball, but at 5, no thanks, no thank you. Going to the Knights game tonight. Columbus. Why not? +$2. Take them. Take the dogs. Devils in regulation. Regulation is the way to go there, right? I mean, you're gonna get plus money if you think they're gonna win. Sure. I need an over in this game. Eric. OSU money line. Yeah, guy put a money line bet on Ohio State. And he thought he was gonna be happy early, looked pretty good, and then what happened in the second half? Right? That Northwestern just looks a little fishy on that under. 6-point teaser to Pitt in the over. Oh, we're teasing totals on a Monday night, same game. If we're taking Pitt, obviously you want the plus points, right? Put it up there. You could do a real degenerate special and tease Pitt up, and then flip the Colts over a plus money. Then it comes down to a field goal and you're a winner. Yeah, listen, you want to tease Pitt up more plus points and take that over from 39.5 or whatever, tease it down, go over the total. I could see that. I think, I don't know what the team totals are for both these teams. What are they? Probably, they got to be what, 17s, 20s? What are they? I mean, I would go over both for team totals. Yeah, this cat had 750. Some crazy. Ohio State money line. Did not get there. Did not get there. Here's the thing. We talk about people's bankrolls. Some clown comes in and does that. I mean, they don't respect that number. Who's that? Who's doing that? You got 750 in a bag. You're making a lot of money. All right. And it's not the money, it's who's behind it. Who's behind the money? I mean, I'm not the guy posted screenshots, or you can go and see plenty of people, right? Putting in bets. I talk about $150, $300 trying to just get down on games. You see them move on $100 bets, $2.14. All right. So they do that to people who win. Sure, we'll take your 750, fella. It's good publicity. And in a game like that, I'm sure they're thinking we got a 50-50 shot here. Because if Michigan's going to cover this, they're going to win outright. That's the way these games usually roll. When you bet the points, if you like the dog, it's going to usually win outright. Colts on a tease. I got them. There you go. Never bet the Buckeyes. Trying to date your ex again. But again, the difference of money, you got that kind of money. It is what it is. That's probably, like I said, right? Be happy with a day's pay. That guy, he could be Gordon Gekko making, $500,000 a day. You don't know who he is. Pitt and Indy, who you like it? I kind of like the Colts. Here it is. It's in the chat. I got the Colts. Did not bet the Colts. Maybe a little in-game on this. We'll see. I kind of like the Colts. Kind of like the over a little bit as well. But I'm not running to bet this game. And I don't think you have to either. I know people want to. I get it. You turn on, this is the thing. Lecture time. Here we go. From the old guy. Because you see it on TV. You don't got to bet it, folks. You don't. Trust me. And again, this is a guy, 200 college basketball games bet this month. I don't mind betting a game when I like it. Just not betting it because it's on TV. I don't gotta do it. Seriously, right? I mean, no King D. If the dude's got cash, he's an Ohio State fan, looks easy. How many times have people come in here with their money line parlays? It's no difference. No difference. I think they're all going to win. I like the wood as well. How is this 8? San Antonio's played terribly. Take the word. Incarnate word Cardinals. Let's go. Yes, Colts today. King D. Yes. Interception probably is plus 195 for both to throw an interception. I like it. I like both to throw an interception. And I like defensive TD tonight. That's it. So they're the Colts. Again, 33-30 in the chat. I'm trying to get it right. We did have a good day yesterday. We did 3-1. College hoops, got to get on track for the video. The video has not been treating us well. Troy, Seattle, Cal Poly. NBA, I probably should have added the Bulls here. I like the Bulls. Hockey, Devils over. I do my survivor pool. There you go. Excellent for your college football survivor. Good job. They probably give you crap at work. Oh, how are you taking those guys? You know what you're doing. Last guy standing in the contest. Phoenix Sun, I like both. Phoenix Suns I like, and both QBs are throwing interception. All right, I was reading that fast, and then it didn't seem to work out. Yeah, the Suns game, I like Nick was saying, the Kings have played decent ball. And I'm going to harpen back to what I said about the Bulls. I look at this line against the Jazz. What? 1? Who's out for the Suns? Who's not playing? Is it
Chris Paul?
Is it who? Chris Paul's out?
Chris Paul. That's the only one.
I was going to say, I'm thinking, is it a old timers day? Is Cedric Ceballos, Oliver Miller, Tom Chambers, and Mark West suiting up here for the Suns? I mean, how is this one? Right, Suns. Championship type team. One on the road. Bulls, Kings, parlay of your life. I shouldn't say that because somebody's gonna come in and hear me say that and think, "Oh my goodness, this guy loves parlays." I just look at the lines and think, "Man, it looks too good to be true." And I don't know. I've been to Vegas. I see these billion-dollar buildings. I don't think they make things easy for us. Dave, I thank you for the kind words, but I more appreciate people coming in and livening up the chat. Without the chat, they're short shows. Hawks money line today. Uh, I I'm going to say okay to that too, right? Because people are going to bet the Sixers. This gets right into the Jazz game and the Suns game. A team perceived to be better. It's a name brand. Give me Atlanta. Chris Paul has been out. Yeah, but he's been out. I mean, it's just, again, weird line to me, Dave. I would just do the Kings. Sacramento. White chocolate. A lot of Divots. Corliss Williamson. Chris Webber. Doug Crispy. Doug Christie. I'm thinking of Crackle Crispy bars. Remember when you were kids? At least I do. Tim can't relate because they didn't do this. So in the 80s, you'd have to sell like chocolate bars. They had chocolate and almonds, and the crispy because it was with like the little, Reese's in them or the Rice Krispies.
Like the Crunch bars, right?
Yes, they were called Krispies. And they were $1. And I never understood because it was a neighborhood school. Like these poor people had, 400 kids running around knocking on their door. But thank goodness my dad, he taught, so he taught in a different town. So he'd get some of his teachers to buy. And then, but then he bartended on weekends, and that's where I made my bill money. But then you'd sell like $500 worth of chocolate, and you'd get like some ridiculous toy for like, if we went to, they'd have it at the corner store for like $1, but I was better off keeping the $500 and buying a bicycle. But no, I'd get some derelict toy that was, anyway, I don't know how I got on that, just because I'm a fat guy. Rockets. I kind of like Denver here. I know it's rare for me to say let's lay 11.5, and I don't want to do that, but I'm not buying the Rockets here. Halliburton over 30.5 points and assists. I have a Halliburton refractor rookie card. Anybody want to buy it, Dave? Like NBA cards I know nothing about. Yeah, chocolate bars are Nah, yeah, that kind of nonsense. Dude, that happened down the road. Like people start selling candles and this ridiculous crap and popcorn, giant. Some kid knocked on our door here when we got down to Texas, and they were selling something. And he was in my daughter's school. And my daughter's like, oh, I know that kid. He's in my school. So I bought something. Dude, it was like $75 for some candle setup. I mean, I didn't care. Whatever. It is what it is. The fact that you're going to come knock on a door in today's day and age, kid, good for you. I'm buying. Because now it's all like, here's a link. Text out to your family members to come support us. Right about the Browns yesterday. Yes, I was, Carm. I like the Browns and the under. I got them both. Tampa Bay, and I talked about Tampa Bay last night on here, and I threw it on Twitter. I said 6.5. I want to take the Saints, and now the line's 4. We got them. How is Tampa? People keep thinking Tampa's going to show up. Okay, keep waiting on that. And the Carm, let me tell you, I don't know if you heard me say this before. We're at 202. Where is that? Is that Washington 202? I say this often. You hope in one hand, you poop in the other, see which one fills up first. You keep hoping Tom Brady shows up like he's the MVP. It's not happening. Next week they're going to be playing December. Now they're going to show up. Now here comes the Tampa Bay offense. Here comes Tom Brady MVP style numbers. Guy's got what, 9 touchdowns on here? I don't even know how many touchdowns he's got. Vatek under. Love Vatek under today, huh? Against Minnesota, 130-ish. Neil, I have this is right towards my numbers. All right, so I got this at about a 126. So, yeah, you want to go 130? If it's 130, let's go under. I'll say okay to that. Baseball and football cards. I don't have basketball big stars. Yeah, I got It's right behind me. I have a box of just Hall of Famers for NBA and NFL cards, and they're mostly like 90s guys, or they're 90 cards with but they're all the 80s guys. I got to start doing. I got to get back to do some baseball videos. I got a bunch of stuff to do. I was putting them on my other Sean Higgs page. I got to do it. I love opening up the 80s packs, Dave. I mean, I don't know if you've ever come in to watch. Have you watched me do the 80s videos? Richie P is my best. Richie P's are all time for me. Father Time's undefeated. He is. Him, let's just think about it. Brady looks done. Matt Ryan pretty much looks done. Russell Wilson, although with less mileage on his wheels, looks done. And maybe this is the end of Rodgers. It just happens. I bring up the Peyton Manning. The dude threw like 50 touchdowns one year for Denver. The year later, they're in the Super Bowl, and I think he had like 11 touchdowns on the season. They won with the defense. I mean, so it just happens. They are. The Bucks are not a good team. I got Saints. Listen, you lose 13-0 and look like you can't do anything. I'll take 6.5 points from Tampa. Who's Tampa Bay? This is why I said I got Denver at a 9, right? We got Denver +9. It could still go up. I don't know. I'm going to take a 9 because it's like the Ravens. Who are the Ravens beating by 10? You're going off history. It is December. It's December. We haven't seen in September, October, November. But now, first Sunday in September, these teams are going to show up and play like they were supposed to be 11, 12-win teams they were in August. Get the heck out of here. Get out of here. Celtics first quarter. Scott, welcome to the show. I think this is your first-time commenter. I would just remember if it was just a random Scott in the room. And I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not a huge NBA guy. And when it comes to doing by quarters and stuff like that, I don't pretend to be some kind of aficionado and know. In this spot here, second in points, 29th in points. Boston's home. Let me pull up this thing real fast. I really don't have problems taking a home team in the first quarter. This is we got a back-to-back spot here for Washington, huh? They're off a game versus Washington, the Celtics. Interesting. Huh. See, I don't kind of like if it was fresh off of a total break, I'd say okay. But on the flip side of that, maybe they come in because they're just off a good game and they're feeling it. And they're not having three days of rust sitting around. I'm going to say okay to this. It's -105. It's not a juice number. The Hornets last played on Friday. Okay, let's do this, guy. Yes, I'll go with you on this first quarter. Steelers Colts under. Reginald, I kind of like the over here. I think that you get over 39 by accident. You can get over this by accident. I think this game's going to be 7-7 in the first quarter. I'm thinking it'll be 13-10, 14-13 at the half. And I think this is going to go over for the game. And take the Kings. Yes. Sacramento. Yep. Don't fall. Everybody's going to bet the Suns because they're the Suns. Suns, -1 looks so easy. SB, Pitt, Northwestern, over under. I like the over in this. This was, I think someone said it was a 127.5 on this. So that's what it was when I wrote down the opening lines last night on it. I like the over. I just think Northwestern will get to 70. So if we got 1 at 70, as bad as Pitt is, I think they'll still put up 60 points here. I don't see Northwestern winning by like 15, 20 points. So I will go over this. I think it'll be a 73-61 kind of a game. Something along those lines, maybe. Even 68-60 gets us there. I think Northwestern scores 70. Maybe I should just say a team total for Northwestern. But Brandon's here. It's a party. I'm hanging in there, Brandon. New week. December's right around the corner. Just moving along. Speaking of moving along, this is it because we got Allie and Lenny coming up with Morning Wood in a second, in 3 minutes. So I lean to the Colts today. Troy, Seattle, Cap Holly, and Hoops. Devils on the ice. Over Devils, Rangers. Overs. Devil over 6 against the Rangers. Rockets over or under. I know it says pockets, but I'm guessing you're thinking of Rockets. I'm going to say under this. Looks like the line's come down quite a bit. So I'll lean under. You watch the videos. Excellent, Dave. Thanks for watching the. Like I always say in the video, I wish I could turn on, and I should because I have like 900 computers in front of me. I got laptops and whatnot. I want to turn on like 80s music as I rip open my 1987 Topps wax packs and look for a nice Bo Jackson rookie card. But I just feel like then all of a sudden, if I get, labeled, they'll like take down my videos or something. I don't know. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's nostalgic for me. Folks, you've watched me in here. I always make references to 80s, 90s stuff anyway. That's just who I am. I'm like that. Forget videos. That's who I am in real life. I say stuff to people. They look at me like I'm nuts. I got a Goonies shirt on. Anyway. All right. It's Monday. Next up, here we go. Let me find the banner. It's in here somewhere. Morning Wood with our girl Allie coming up. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Taco Tuesday. Turkey tacos only. Because I'm not going to waste my red meat on tacos. I want a nice steak. I'm out of here. See everybody tomorrow. Good luck. Bye-bye.